So let's begin. You guys might want to reach for a blanket or two. If you have blocks, you can use them. If not, you can use blocks or books, of course. If you don't have blocks, you're not going to use blocks. And then maybe just a couple of pillows or something for a bolster. And if you don't have any of these things, we can just adapt and I can give you lots of options. So we're actually going to begin the practice today lying down on your back. So come to a place lying on your back. If you feel that you need to bring the soles of your feet to the floor for comfort of your lower back, then feel free to do so. And also feel free to take any props or support under your head that you need. And let's take a few clearing breaths here, in and out together. Inhaling through your nose, and a gentle sigh out through your mouth. Twice more. Good, and then letting the eyes close or soften. Continue to connect with your breath. First, just noticing. And then slowly beginning to shape your breath so that it flows a little bit more into your abdomen. Allowing each exhale to soften you a little bit more. And as you breathe and as you settle into this practice, I invite you to consider the idea of surrender and see if you can allow yourself to really surrender and soften into what is. When we find ourselves facing circumstances that are out of our control, sometimes we can harden, tense, resist, or we can start to find and cultivate and practice a different way of being that comes from a place of faith in ourselves and in others and in the universe. So just receiving and giving back a few more gentle breaths. Allow one hand to come to your heart, one hand to come to your belly. And listen in for the intention that's within you this evening. And then gently blink your eyes open and soften your gaze a little bit so that the surroundings and the space around you feels really receptive. Bring the soles of your feet to the floor. And let's just draw the knees in towards your chest and rock your knees out and in and maybe around a couple of times. And then we'll keep your right leg hugging in and extend your left leg long, reaching for your left heel. Interlace your hands on your right shin, and then lift your head, bringing your nose towards your knee. Breathing in, breathing out. With your next inhale, glide your right leg long to meet your left as you stretch your arms overhead, back to the hands coming toward the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. And then one more breath in, and as you exhale, draw your left knee in, interlace your hands around your left shin, lifting your head, breathing in, breathing out. Strong and present for your right leg. And now a little bit more rhythmic. With an inhale, reach your arms overhead, extend your left leg long, and as you exhale, hug your right knee in. Head can lift, doesn't have to. With an inhale, extend long. As you exhale, draw your left leg in. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, right leg. Inhale, long. Exhale, left leg. Last round, inhale, reach with your fingers and the feet, and exhale, right leg. Inhale, reach, and exhale, left leg. Good. Slowly re-extend your arms and your legs, and then allow your arms to relax back by your sides. Bring the soles of your feet back to the floor, and just shift your knees back and forth a couple of times, side to side. Okay, let's come back through center. Once again, hug your knees in towards your chest, and you can either rock and roll forward and back up to seated, or roll onto your side and make your way into a tabletop position. Find your wrists under your shoulders, clawing down through your fingertips. And with your next natural inhale, reach your chest forward. As you exhale, send your hips back towards your heels. Allow your head to soften toward the floor. And breathe in and breathe out a couple more times. Good. With your next in-breath, back through table. As you exhale, seat back toward the heels. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, seat to heels. Twice more in your own time. With your next natural inhale, come back into tabletop. Walk your hands forward, one hand print. Claw down through your fingertips. Make your arms straight and strong. Tuck your toes. And then lift from your core back into down dog. So just pedaling out your down dog or shifting your hips from side to side. Take a few moments just to move your body. P.S. You could be doing down dog at the wall right now with your hands at the wall and the body in the shape of a box. So explore that for yourself if needed. All right, let's slowly now, with your next inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Draw your outer shoulders back, reach back through your heels. As you exhale, lift from your navel back into down dog. On an inhale, plank pose. This time, strong and long. You can lower your knees to the floor if you need. You're gonna float your right foot off the floor and hold. Lower your foot and come back to down dog. Back through plank, knees can come to the floor as needed. Steady yourself, lift your left leg. Lower your left foot, back to down dog. Back through plank on an inhale. As you exhale, lift your right toes. Now, as you inhale, draw your right knee towards your right shoulder. Exhale, extend your leg back. Lower your foot to the floor. Inhale back to down dog. Taking a breath in and out. On your next inhale, back through plank. As you exhale, lift your left leg. Inhale, glide your knee towards your left shoulder. Inhale, re-extend back. And exhale, back to down dog. Good. On your next inhale, lower your knees to the floor. As you exhale, move your seat back towards your heels. With an inhale, come forward into tabletop. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Ground through your feet. As you inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Lifting from the base of your pelvis upward. Grow taller, more present through the arms. And breathe, receiving your breath. See if you can soften a little bit. Rather than resisting or hardening or pushing, soften. Slowly release your hands back to frame your right foot and step back to down dog. Take an inhale, bringing your knees to the floor. As you exhale, seat to heels. Inhale back into table. Exhale, left foot forward. On your next inhale, reach your arms up. Gently softening the left outer hip back. Allow the breath to flow through your body, creating an inner awareness through your body. One more breath in. As you exhale, hands to the floor, back to down dog. With an inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Knees can come to the floor if needed. As you exhale, keep your straight long line as you lower all the way down onto your belly. Ground your pelvis, the tops of your feet. On an inhale, reach your chest forward and wide, long through the back of the neck. Exhale, lower back down. Same exhale, lift back through plank or table and into down dog. On an inhale, look forward. As you exhale, lightly step your feet forward. Good. Ground into your feet. With an inhale, rise up tall, reach. As you exhale, fold forward. Take an inhale to reach your chest forward. As you exhale, step your right foot back. Lower your right knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, interlace your hands behind you, squeezing your palms. And then think about pulling your hands apart, broadening the chest. Lifting the lower belly, opening and softening through the heart. Good. With your next inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to down dog. On an inhale, lower your knees to the floor. As you exhale, right foot steps forward. Get strong through your legs. Reach your arms up on an inhale. As you exhale, interlace your hands the other way, and then breathe a few breaths here, floating the collarbones upward. Sense the length and space through all sides of the neck. Let's slowly, with an inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, fold forward, step back to down dog. Take an inhale forward into plank pose. Hold your plank. Take cat and cow, child's pose, or exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Elbows bending toward the back corners of your mat. With an inhale, rise into cobra, rounding through the heels of the hands. Exhale, lower all the way before lifting back through plank or table and into puppy pose with your knees on the floor, or down dog with your knees lifted. Feel the presence of your hands on the floor. Feel the presence of your feet, spreading your toes, reaching back through your heels. 2 more breaths. On an inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, lightly step your feet forward. Round your feet, bend your knees, reach your arms wide enough on an inhale, and bring your hands to heart center as you exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, fold forward. Take a breath in, reaching your chest forward. Left foot steps back, left knee to the floor as you exhale. On an inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, interlace your hands behind you, squeeze palms, maybe broaden your chest a little bit more. On an inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, reach your hands to the floor, lift your left knee, and straighten your right leg any amount. Hug your right outer hip back and in. You can allow the spine to soften toward the floor all the way through your head. Or if that doesn't feel quite comfortable, keep your hands elevated on blocks or books and lengthen your crown forward. Notice that you can choose here to soften into the pose or to resist and push into the pose, and that's a choice that we all have available in this moment. Let's slowly bend into the right leg, ground your hands, and now you can either lower the left knee to the floor or keep your knee lifted as you stretch your right leg back into plank. Let's take an exhale here. Now, as you inhale, draw your right knee towards your right shoulder. And as you exhale, back to 3-leg down dog or 3-leg tabletop with the right leg extended. Lower your right foot to the floor. Take a breath in, coming through plank pose. Hold plank or take a couple rounds of cat-cow. Or if you choose, you can come into your flow, your vinyasa, moving down to the floor, back into chaturanga, and then rising back up and into down dog. Lower your knees to the floor on an inhale. As you exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, release your arms behind you, maybe interlacing the funny way. Lift your chest, breathe. On an inhale, sweep your arms back up. Exhale, hands to the floor, right knee lifts, left leg moves towards straight. Outer left hip, just gently softening back to create space through the left side body. Receive one more breath, purposefully directing that breath where you need it. Let's slowly rebend the left leg. Right knee can come to the floor or stay elevated as you extend your left leg back, hovering your toes off the floor. On your next natural inhale, draw the knee toward the outer shoulder. Exhale, extend back and back into three-leg table or three-leg down dog. Good. Lowering your left foot to the floor. Let's all lower knees to the floor. Take a breath in, reaching the chest forward. And as you breathe out, send your hips back towards your heels. With an inhale, rise through table. And as you exhale, back into down dog. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, lightly step your feet forward. Ground your feet, bend your knees, reach your crown forward and up to rise on an inhale. And bring your hands to heart center as you exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Present, feeling the feet. With your next inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, sit your hips back and down as you open your arms wide into cactus. Energize through the upper back and also sense the support of your core holding you. And then sit lower and find a place where you feel a reasonable amount of effort, and then try to soften into that effort. I'm just noticing I turned the heat up to about 77 degrees in here by mistake, so I'm really feeling the heat. I hope you guys are too. Press into your feet with an inhale, rise, reach your palms up. As you exhale, sweep your arms wide and by your sides. On your next inhale, reach your arms wide and up. You can keep your arms overhead or bring your hands to heart center as you exhale and slide your right leg back. Toes on the floor or lifting as you lower your torso and lift your leg with the same effort. So like a scale, lifting your lower belly away from your left thigh, actively press into your left foot. And then, can you soften here? Pressing into the left foot, slowly glide forward to standing with an inhale and release your arms by your sides as you exhale. Ground into your feet, reach your arms up one more time on an inhale, and then slide your left toes back, hug your right outer hip in, and once you find steadiness, start to lift your left leg and lower your torso. Notice the feeling of your shoulders, your face. Breathe as though you could breathe right into any spaces that you need. Slowly with an inhale, rise back up tall, reach. And then as you exhale, release your arms by your sides. Whew. Take a breath in, rounding through the feet, reach up. As you exhale, right leg once again lifts. And then slowly reach that foot way back as you draw your ribcage back over your pelvis, reaching the arms up. Slowly release your arms by your sides. And then we'll just take one more moment to rest the shoulders, feeling a sense of ease through the tops of the shoulders before, again, reaching the arms forward and up. One more breath in here. As you exhale, slowly press into your left foot. Reach forward, lift your back leg, and step forward. Releasing the arms by your sides. Reach your arms up on an inhale. Or hands coming to heart center, by the way, if you're not able to feel the ease through the shoulders. And then extend your left leg back. Coming through Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, steadily, slowly, before reaching the left foot back. Reach your arms straight up. And just sense here, even as you push through your feet to support you, that you could soften. Release your arms wide, just to remind the shoulders to soften, finding that sense of connection. And when we feel too much tension or create too much tension, that's when we really disconnect. So that's what we're looking for here. Can I feel my shoulders? Keep them feeling receptive now as you reach the arms up one more time. Good, let's all now press into your right foot, reach forward. Steady yourself before lifting the left leg and stepping forward. Release your arms by your sides. Reach your arms wide and up on an inhale. As you exhale, ground your left foot, extend your right leg back. Warrior 3, back to a long lunge, reaching your arms up. And then open your right foot wide, grounding your whole foot as you open your arms wide into Warrior 2. So you're gonna ground through the outer right foot, ground through your left heel, and then take a moment to release your arms down one more time, just softening through the neck a little bit. You might wiggle the shoulders, and then see if you can keep this as you purposefully reach your arms wide and soften your gaze over your fingertips and notice how that changes the quality of your experience here. 2 more breaths. Good, let's take a breath in here. As you exhale, both hands to the floor. Step back to 3-leg tabletop or 3-leg plank, left leg hovering. See if you could keep reaching back through the right leg. Sense the long diagonal line from your heel to your crown before lowering the left foot. Hold plank, take cat-cow, or on an exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. With an inhale, rise into cobra. As you exhale, lower back down, lifting from your belly back through table or plank and into child's pose or down dog. Let's take a breath in, coming back through table. As you exhale, back to down dog. On an inhale, trace your gaze forward. As you exhale, step your feet forward. Root down through your feet. On an inhale, rise up tall. As you exhale, sweep your arms wide and by your sides. Inhale, stretch your arms up. And the arms can come to cactus or in a V as well. If straight up is too much, we want to look after the body here. Think about wrapping your triceps in a little bit more, reaching through the pinky fingers as you firm into the right leg. Slide your left toes back. And then we'll slowly lift the left leg, reaching the right hand forward, right arm, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about, both arms forward. Slowly bring the left foot back, reaching the arms up. And now as you exhale, open wide into Warrior 2. Breathing. Allow the arms to come down if you need, or at this point, you might just be able to connect with the shoulders and the arms with your mind. Let your mind really be there so we can be with wherever we're feeling effort, wherever we're feeling a little bit of challenge, and choose to be with ourselves in this space. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, hands to the floor, back into 3-leg plank pose, or 3-leg tabletop. So the left knee can come to the floor if needed as you extend your right leg back. Reach long through your right heel, reach long through your left heel. Press your arms straight, and then lower your right foot to the floor. You can pause here or take any flow of your choosing. Three or four mindful breaths in child's pose or down dog once you get there. With an inhale, let's come back through table or down dog. As you exhale, slowly step your feet forward, round your feet, bend your knees, rise up tall on an inhale, and bring your arms by your sides as you exhale. Can you guys see me? Pause and breathe for a few more breaths. Feel your feet on the floor, the length of your spine, and the inner feeling of your breath. And then connect with the feeling of your right foot grounding. So sense that you could ground through all four corners of your feet, or of your right foot, sorry, the base of your big toe, pinky toe, inner and outer heel. Come to the tips of your left toes. On your next natural inhale, you're gonna sweep your arms forward and up as you maybe think about lifting your left leg, or maybe not. And then slowly lower back down, ground into your left foot. Reach your arms forward and up as you come to the tips of your toes, or lift your thigh to hip height. Slowly lower back down. Good. Again, choosing on the left side if you want to stay on the tips of the toes, arms can come to cactus, or just hands to heart center if you need, or lifting the leg. And if the leg is lifted, perhaps thinking about straightening. And now can you breathe? Can you surrender a little bit into this position? And slowly release everything back down. Grounding into the left foot. With an inhale, you're gonna lift onto the tips of the right toes, lifting the thigh, or straightening the leg. Think about the lower back continuing to move in, even as you lift the leg, growing tall. Let's slowly release. Back down. Okay, with your next natural inhale, we're gonna come back up. Again, any option. You can even take the option that's a little bit less than what you did before if you need. And think about lifting your left leg. Think about extending the leg. Hold here if you want, or you can bend the knee in towards you. Take a hold of the big toe with the first two fingers of each hand and finishing the circle with the thumb. And then draw the knee high, ground your right foot, reach through your right fingers, and think about lifting and reaching a little bit more. Good, let's, with grace, everyone, wherever you are, slowly release back down. If you had your leg elevated and lengthened and suspended that whole time, I want to know about it at the end of this class because you're my hero. Okay, let's ground into the left foot, come to the tips of the right toes, Stay here or reach the arms up. Or lifting the thigh possibly, extending the leg possibly, drawing the knee in towards you, and maybe taking hold of the big toe. Hug the outer left hip in. Feel the strength of your left hip supporting you here. Breathe. And see now here if you can, on this side, really embrace this quality of softening a little. Embrace the wobble. Slowly with grace, release everything. Back, down. Feel your feet on the floor. With an inhale from your feet, grow tall and reach. As you exhale, bend your knees, fold your body forward. Take a breath in, reaching the chest forward. And as you breathe out, come back into downward facing dog. Give yourself 3 sighs out through your mouth in down dog or child's pose, wherever you are, just letting go. And let's slowly lower the knees to the floor and take child's pose, everybody, if you're not there already. Okay, on your next breath in, let's come through tabletop position. And gonna ground through your left hand. Draw your left outer shoulder back. And then extend your right leg long, rotate your heel to the floor. When you're steady, reach your right arm up. Swivel your left lower leg behind you for more support. Okay. Hold and breathe. Slowly release your arm back down, knee to the floor, child's pose. Rise back into tabletop. Extend your left leg back. So you're going to feel the right side of the neck staying spacious as you rotate your heel to the floor. Lower leg can come back behind you as you reach your left arm up. Think about getting lighter through the left side body. And then slowly release everything back down. Take child's pose. Let's take a breath in, coming into tabletop. Once again, we're gonna go to the first side. So grounding the left hand. You wanna make sure your left knee is aligned with your left hand here. And then coming into your side plank. Okay, so we all wanna make sure, I know some of you would like to be in a full plank, but for the purposes of this next pose, we're gonna stay as we are with the knee on the floor. And then just starting to think about reaching through your top hand and getting light on your left hand, maybe coming onto fingers. So you're feeling yourself supported by your core. And then maybe even just letting that arm hover for a moment. So now you're floating plank pose. Okay, if you're laughing, so am I. Let's ground both hands. Lower your knee to the floor. One more time, child's pose. Back into tabletop. Ground your right hand. Align your right knee with your right hand. Extend your left leg back. Rotate your heel to the floor. And then reach up. So you can stay here. This is an excellent place to work, thinking about pressing the floor away and reaching up, or get lighter on your right hand, come to fingertips. And then maybe even lighter, letting the hand hover. Whoop. Okay, let's all come on back down. Good job, guys. Lower your knees to the floor. Take a breath in here, reaching chest forward, and one more time, child's pose. Come back through table. You can hold plank on your knees here for a few breaths, or lift the knees for a few breaths. Finding fluid, easy breath here. Breathing in, breathing out. And then take your knees back to the floor. Start to bend your elbows toward the back of the mat as you lower your thighs, hips, belly, and chest all the way down. Round into the tops of your feet, round your pelvis. And then we'll take the fingers just wider than the mat, coming onto cage hands. And one more time with an inhale, slowly reach your chest forward and up. Sensing the tops of the shoulders softening down, maybe a breath or two more. Before slowly lowering all the way down. Good. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly roll over onto your back. Take this moment to feel your body now. To feel your capacity to surrender in this moment. And then let's slowly bring your knees in towards your chest. Hug your knees, allow the back body to release. And then we'll keep, once again, the right leg in. Extend the left leg long. This time, let your left foot hover. Interlace your hands behind the right thigh. And keeping the right knee bent, press your right knee away as you let the foot hover for a moment. Slowly rebend your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your hands behind your left thigh. Extend your right leg long, hovering your heel. And then gently press your left thigh into your hands, so there's a little resistance here. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your face relaxed. And then back, both knees in towards the chest, pause. Hugging, or if it's possible for you and it feels okay, cross your right thigh over your left. Widen your feet away from each other. Flex your feet strongly and then take a hold of the outer ankles or outer shins. If this is not working for you, allow your left foot to rest on the floor and just focus on keeping your right leg moving in towards your body. So the knee is moving towards the center of the chest and the foot is moving wide towards your left. Slowly now untangle your legs. Place your feet on the floor for a moment. Widen your knees for a moment. Not all the way, just a little release for the hips as a counter pose. Bring your knees back together. At the same time, see if you can bring the tips of your toes to the floor. And at the same time, bring your knees in towards your chest. Cross your left thigh over top of your right, or you can keep your right foot on the floor or on a block and just work the left leg here. Some people, I just want to mention in this pose, might feel a little bit of congestion right around the front of the left hip joint. And if that's you, totally take the variation where you're just making more the shape of a 4 with your leg. So you're crossing left ankle over right knee and then bringing the right knee in. Okay. We'll hold here for a few more breaths for those of you who have had to make that adjustment. Okay, let's slowly now unwind, release your feet to the floor. This is the time where you might want a folded blanket or bolster or block between your knees. Okay, we're gonna try here to kind of bring the knees towards you and use some support from your core to roll over towards your right like a log. So you can even kind of try to bring your hands to heart center. Roll like a log with control over to the right. And then extend your arms in front of you. You might have a blanket or something under your head. Okay. Knees as high as your pelvis, lower back moving in. And then slowly with an exhale, allow your left arm to come back behind you. Allow your gaze to follow the hand if it's comfortable for your neck. If you're feeling a lot here at the front of the left shoulder, it's absolutely okay to prop your left hand or your whole left arm on something, or just let the hand hover. Surrender. Let go. Be. Just be. With your next natural exhale, we'll very slowly use the core to draw your left arm back to starting position. And then bringing hands towards you. If you can, kind of push off, but think about rolling like a log onto your back. And then rolling like a log onto your left. Extend your arms in front of you. Keep your lower back arching in rather than rolling out. And with an exhale, reach your right arm back. You can let the eyes close or soften. And with your next natural exhale, let's slowly take your right arm back across the body. And one more time, think about rolling like a log, shoulders and hips at the same time, back onto your back. And release your feet to the floor. So I want to invite you now. I have a couple of different variations that you might like. One is a legs up, and you could do a legs up the wall on if you have like a chair nearby, or you can just do kind of like a supported bridge, taking your blanket, folding it really as thick as you feel that it feels good for you, and then sliding it under your pelvis. Okay, so you could start there, and if you had a wall or a chair nearby, you could move to the wall, and you could actually send your legs up the wall, or you could rest your lower legs on a chair seat. So I'll demonstrate up the wall. You get your seat kind of close to the wall, leaning over onto one side. And then you kind of have your bolster right behind you, or your blanket. And then you would just sort of roll yourself up so that your hips land on your blanket. The legs can extend. And your arms can come into a cactus or goalpost or whatever's most comfortable for you. Once you're feeling comfortable, you're in a position where you feel that the back of your neck is feeling supported, so you might even need something under the head, although if you've got your hips elevated a lot, I would encourage you to try not having something under your head. It might just be a little too much flexion or forward bending for the head. And if you are feeling that you need a little more support for your low back, you might either need to slide your bolster up so that the bolster or the blanket comes up a little bit higher on the back rather than too low. Or you might need to adjust your legs to take a little bit of a soft bend so that the hamstrings release a little, depending on if you're at the wall or on a chair. And once you're settled and still and comfortable, let yourself be. And experience what you've created within yourself through your efforts through the focus of your mind, through your presence. If you're feeling comfortable and relaxed and you could stay in this position for a little while longer, then please feel free to do so for your final relaxation. If you would prefer to lie on your back, make your way back onto your mat. You may wish to have pillows under your knees or a bolster, something under your head. Rest with your arms alongside your body or wherever they're comfortable. And if you've chosen to change your position, give yourself a few moments to resettle. Soften the flow of your breath. Soften your eyes. Soften your forehead and your temples. Unlock your jaw, letting your teeth slightly part. Lips touch gently as you soften your tongue. Soften your throat. Sense the breath moving freely through your throat. Soften the muscles around your neck. Soften your shoulders. Soften your arms, your hands, each of your fingers, your upper back, your chest, your heart. Soften your belly, your lower back, your pelvis, your hip joints, your thighs, knees, lower legs, and down into your ankles and feet, and each of your toes. Soften into yourself as you are in this very moment. In this moment, you may want to whisper a little message of reassurance or a message of faith. Just whispering to yourself maybe a couple of times. Let yourself savor for this last few moments the experience that you're in. Remind yourself to take a little piece of this ease with you as you begin to re-engage with your outer world, starting to bring attention to to the outer body, the hands, the feet. Maybe bringing some movement to your body. And when you're ready, you slowly start to bring your knees in towards you. You can lie on your back for a few moments in transition or roll to your side. And then when you're ready, press yourself up to your seated position, sitting tall. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Thank you for being here with me this evening.